Good morning and welcome once again to the Coffee Cup, Company 119's daily digital marketing podcast. My name is Ryan Gilkerson, lead creative here at Company 119, and I'm glad you could join us today. Want to remind everybody about Free Tea Fridays. Each and every Friday, I'm going to read a user-submitted question. If I use your question on air, then you will receive a free Run Toward the Fire t-shirt. It's the hottest tea in all of the land. So if you want one of those, send us your questions about what you'd like to see us covering on the Coffee Cup, and we'll send one out to you. We gave one away last week. We need your help in finding great topics for the Coffee Cup. Now, one of the topics that we've talked a lot about recently is PPC, pay-per-click advertising, a way that you can use Google to help enhance your brand and get your reach increased to talk to more and more people about your company. Forbes magazine ran a great ad. Virtual Assistant John, can you bring up the Forbes article? There it is. Look at that guy. Our virtual assistant is on it. 6 tips for effective PPC advertising. This was written by Christopher Jones, and you can find it at Forbes.com. Forbes has a lot of great resources. I find a lot of great topics through Forbes, so make sure you check out some of their blogs that they have up about digital marketing. But they've got some really great tips on things you can do to make more out of your PPC campaigns. Now, just to review, in case you forget what a PPC campaign is, a pay-per-click campaign enhances where your company's search results are when somebody goes to Google looking for information. So if you look at the top of Google rankings, when you type in, Canon cameras, for example, up at the top of the search results in Google, there are some that say ad next to it. Those are pay-per-click advertisements that are run through Google, and you can do that too. You can pay to have that space at the top of the pages. One thing that you can do to make the most out of your PPC campaigns is enable conversion tracking. Conversion tracking basically gives you a little piece of HTML code that you can put on your website. And what it does is it tracks who comes to your site because of the ads that they're clicking. You can track if people are abandoning carts. You can track if people are clicking on that ad and coming to you. You can track if people are clicking and calling through a click-to-call button on their mobile device. There's a lot of things you can track with conversions. But what happens is through that paid advertising, PPC, and then conversion tracking, you can tell if these ads are effective at all. You'll know if they're working or not by that conversion. It's important to have your Google Ads conversion tracking enabled. You can also take advantage of what we call ad extensions. Now, Google Ads themselves are usually relatively short. You don't have a lot of space to work with, but you can buy extensions for your ads that give you a little bit more room to work out with. And there's a couple of different things you can do with those ad extensions. There's call-out ad extensions. A call-out ad extension gives you an opportunity to maybe make a brand statement, talk a little bit about the value of your brand. There's site link extensions where you can actually put a link to the site with a strong CTA. You can pay a little extra to have that. There's review extensions. A lot of people love these. Sometimes when you look at a Google ad, there's a 5-star review right there that comes from your site or from another platform that links over to it, so you can actually show what customers are saying about you. And then there are structured snippets. These structured snippets sometimes can be a bulleted list of features associated with your product, price points you want to get out, things like that are very structured and laid out. You can pay for all of those extensions, and it's a great way to get even more real estate and make better use of your ads that you're paying for. Location tracking. This is so huge. With PPC ads, you can target a specific location. So if you only want to target your Akron location or your greater Cleveland location or the state of Ohio, for example, but you don't necessarily want to spend money advertising in states like Michigan, because who would want to advertise in Michigan, right? You can actually target just the geographic location that you're looking for and make sure that you're talking to that segment of your customer base or prospects. Negative keywords. Negative keywords are really important too. You can use negative keywords to make sure that people are only searching for what exactly they're looking for. So for an example that's been used before is if you have a men's hair salon, a place where guys are going to go to get a haircut, you can put men's shave, shave by itself. Those are all positive keywords because guys might want to come in and get their beard shaved, but you wouldn't want to put razor because people aren't necessarily coming to your shop to get a razor. They're not coming to buy the equipment. They're coming to get the service done. So if you you put razor in as a negative keyword, it's going to make sure that people searching for that aren't going to see your ad and waste your money on those pay-per-clicks. So negative keywords are a really effective way. A lot of times we don't think of it that way, but they're a really effective way to make sure that you're getting the most out of your advertisements. Split testing or A/B testing is another way to make effective use of what you've got. You can actually run the ad with two different pieces of verbiage on it and track which one is more successful. So that way, if you've got two different ways of wording your ad, two different things that you think you want to target, and one is far more successful, you know that you want to put more money into that ad, maybe shut down the other one, so that way you're only using the ad that makes the most out of your targeted space. And then remarketing is another thing that you want to employ. Remarketing is basically just an opportunity if somebody has visited your site and they've looked at things that you've done before, they might go to another site and your banner pops up with the product that they were looking at when they stopped to visit you. These are all parts. It's called display advertising as well. These are, and we had a great podcast on this last week. Make sure you go check that out at the Company 119 Facebook page or the Company 119 YouTube page. But we talked a little bit about contextual advertising, behavioral advertising. That goes along with that. Retargeting and putting that image of what somebody was looking for the last time they visited your site on another page they might be looking at as well. These are all things that you could do with PPC. We're going to have a lot more information on it. Listen, PPC can be confusing. It can be a big thing to tackle. Call us. We'd like to help you with it. We'd like to help you target. We've got experts here at Company 118 that are dedicated to helping you get the most out of your PPC budget. Not spending more, but getting more reach. So there you go. You've already learned more about PPC advertising before you finished your first cup of coffee than your competition will all day. Thanks for joining us.